There is a popular notion from where I come from that there is no friendship between a man and a woman. It's either they are intimate or otherwise. Welcome to another time out with Olujoke Mosako on Let's Talk. My guest for today is the CEO Tripod Media Company, Nigeria. His name is Mr. Dare Adedotun. Hello, Mr. Dare. Thank you so much for being part of the show today.
It's good to have you around. It's nice to be here. I'm highly honored to be here.
Okay. Before we continue with the topic, with the program, let me also tell you that the topic actually is friendship with the opposite sex. How true it is, or how true is it? Now, let me start by saying, how would you define friendship?
Who is a friend, actually?
Okay.
Who is a friend? A friend is someone who you really do not have any sexual feelings for. A friend is someone who you really do not share intimate feelings. Someone with whom you have mutual affection, the one that does not go beyond mutual affection. Someone you can always count on, someone you can refer to as a person that can come to your aid when you really need an assistance. Someone you also can assist in terms of trouble or challenge. That's a friend. Someone who you really do not share that kind of bond that has to do with sexual feelings or romantic feelings.
Okay. Now, would you agree with me that there is no friend? There can't be a there can't be friendship between a man and a woman.
No, I disagree with you. There is no. As long as you are a human being, you are entitled to have a friend. It does not really matter who the person is, whether a man or a woman. As long as your relationship is beneficial, that is devoid of that romantic feelings that I talked about.
Okay.
You can actually have a friend, either a man or a woman.
All right. So I'm going to hold on to the word beneficial because I'm still going to ask you a question on that. Now, are you now saying that it is just a facade because they might be sleeping with each other beneath the surface?
I didn't get that.
Now, I actually did some reading and I realized that, a group of people went on a research and they put into a room a man and a woman as in friends, male and female. And they said they had to be asking each and every one of them some very salient questions. And they got to realize that even though the ladies never really have any feelings for their male friends, most male friends have feelings for their partner, their friends. Now, and you are trying to tell me that it is possible for a serious friendship between a man and a woman devoid of sexual relation.
Exactly. Okay, it has to do with it's a thing of the mind. At the beginning of every relationship, at the beginning of every friendship, you set your goal, you set your target, you set your vision. What exactly am I going into this friendship for? What exactly am I going to gain from this friendship? Sometimes you really may not be able to know what it will bring because you cannot determine the next move, even by yourself or to yourself, whatever you want to do next, let alone someone who is not related to you coming on board as a friend. You can actually control yourself because for you to have someone as a friend and you want to take it to another level, that needs to be an agreement. You need to shift from that friendship base, from that friendship faith, from that friendship level to another level, which would make you develop other feelings. But you cannot switch alone. You cannot switch to become another thing with the person alone without a common ground. You cannot switch a friendship without the other person knowing, but it's possible for you to have a friendship devoid of emotional attachment, devoid of sexual attachment. So a friend has to be a friend, because if it's not a yes, it's not a yes. If it's a no, then it's a no.
Okay, so moving forward, for me, I can say it's possible only when both of them does not have mutual feelings, like you said, and when one has it and the other doesn't, it can be controlled and be actually platonic friendship and can be retained. But in your own opinion, would you agree with me that men are more attracted to their female friend than the women to their male friend?
You see, I'll tell you one thing. Men are moved by what they see. Okay. Yes, men are moved by what they see. Ladies are moved by what they hear. All right. That simply answers the question. When a man sees a beautiful or an attractive lady, um, naturally, without having any self-control over it and all that, he gets moved, he gets attracted to the person. So it is more of the man getting moved more than the lady, because lady will have to listen to you to know exactly uh, where you are taking the friendship or relationship to, or getting any attachment.
All right, now going by, let's look at the female and the male, especially the married ones. Now, would you suggest or would you advise a married woman to still have a male friend as a friend, which as in very close friend? Would you advise it?
It is not safe. It is not safe. But if I got that question right, are you saying to have um, a, a a male friend that you can call a close male friend?
Yes, like best of friends.
No.
Maybe they were
It's not.
friends right from the secondary school age, university or so, and now both of them are married. Do you still think they could still be friends?
They can still be friends with clear-cut definition. You see, when you are a friend with someone, if you call someone your friend, you want to talk to the person every time. You want to know how the person is faring. You want to know if the person has eaten. You want to know if the person is sleeping. You want to know if the person is taking enough rest. You want to know what's happening to the person, work, relationship, and all that. And you do know that sometimes you have some men who are having issues in their relationship, and the next thing they do is to turn to a bosom friend or a close friend, and that could be that friend of the opposite sex who is now married. So while trying to be of help to that friend, that there is every tendency that will be an attachment. Something will want to come up. But once you define your communication mode, how you communicate with your friend, when you communicate, you'll be able to define it. So having that friend who is married and still call the person of the opposite sex now, call the person my bosom friend. No, I cannot do without talking to you every day. I can't do without. No, you need to define it. Your marriage does not mean you need to delete your friends list. You need to do away with the friends, especially those who have been good to you. No, but you need to limit the communication partner. There is no way you communicate every time with someone that you would not want to have some sense of feelings for the person. What if you talk to someone every day, for instance, and you check up on the person also checks up on you every time. Anytime the person has a difficulty in any area of life, you want to be of help. We have had cases of some people having to travel from their own state to another state, all in the name of friendship, to meet the other person who is married, just to be of assistance. Have you forgotten that there are other people where the person is staying that can also be of assistance? But because of that attachment, because of that communication that you have given room for, You want to always be your friend. So you need to limit your communication mode, your communication pattern, the frequency of calls that you have with that friend of the opposite sex. If you want to hear my own opinion about that, I'll tell you, if you have to talk to that kind of friend, maybe once a month. Once a month, especially the one talking to someone does not mean you will not see the status, you will not see social media updates and all that. That can be done, So once a month is good. You can talk that time. You can talk at length. Then you cut it. Especially that person that you already had feelings for while you were in secondary school, or tertiary institution, and all that. The feeling will always want to resurface. So once you limit it, once you limit and make it like, okay, out of sight is actually out of mind for that one. So that way you can actually manage that friendship. It's possible to maintain friendship from the day you were born till the day you pass away.
There is something called friends with benefits. You hear some guys say, I don't want to be committed. I just want we are friends, right? But we can be helping ourselves by sleeping with ourselves. That's what they mean by friends with benefits. Now, we are saying that people, both male and female, can be friends without having any attraction, sexual attraction to one another. And we are also saying that some men, most men, have feelings for their female friends. They might not just be able to open up to the person. Now, in this instance, we now have another category of friendship that has to do with benefits. Help me, I help you. We are still friends, no strings attached. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, are you saying that it is possible to have friends with benefit with, are you asking if it's possible to have a safe friends with benefits or a safe?
No, what I'm trying to say is this is another category of friendship.
Yes.
Now, in your own view, in your own opinion, do you think that okay, maybe for the African culture, it's a no-no, but in the Western world, it's nothing new. From your own point of view, as an African man and a morally stable man, what would you say to that?
Like I said before, if it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, it's a yes. What is good has got no other name than good. What is bad has got no other name than bad. Friends with benefits. What benefits?
Sleeping with one another. That's their own benefit. That's where the friends with benefits comes from.
Yes, they say, okay, friends with benefits. All right, just let maybe when that is the bane of infidelity today. That is the bane of moral decadence today. That is the bane of unfaithfulness of the highest order today. You really have to know how to take away your feeling from what you have said bye-bye to. If you want to assist someone as a friend, let it be as a friend. There is nothing across the world that should be embraced as a friend with benefits, except for someone who has decided to jettison morality, who has decided to abandon what is right, ethical principle, or what you can tell someone. Any friendship or any relationship you have with someone that you cannot tell another person except for secrets, except for when you want to have someone confide in you or you want to confide in someone. Any other thing apart from that is that you cannot tell someone, that you cannot even tell yourself that you did this, then it should not be encouraged. It should not be allowed. There is no benefit that you want to gain from it. At the end of the day, it will turn out to hurt you, because you want to make someone benefit from you. You want to have a symbiotic relationship with someone. Okay, I benefit from you. you benefit from me in this, then nobody gets lost, nobody gets any damage and all that. It's not something to be encouraged at all. If it has been existing before, I think it's high time we put a stop to that. It's high time we stop that, because you really have to make your point known that, okay, if you have to be my friend, let us know you're my friend. But getting something in return for being my friend, or getting something in return for being your friend, it's a no-no for me.
I think it's just a way of people lying to themselves. Like I think it's just a way of lying to yourselves. Though you want something with this person, and instead of you just let's just define it. Okay, we want to be sleeping with ourselves. Is different than for you to say we should be friends with benefit. Because at the end of the day, when you start to sleep with one another, of course the emotions will rise. And what if the man or the lady finally finds someone she could call my own, and then you have problem with that?
Exactly. So like I said, you need to define it from day one. You need to define it. If you want to have that kind of relationship, that is no longer a friendship. It's a relationship. If you want to have that kind of relationship, you should be able to talk to the person. That should be an agreement, and both of you are good to go. But you don't want to lose someone. You don't want to lose a friendship. I still want to get something from it. It's like this African proverb that says they ask you to drop a meat.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding on to a meat. He said it's bone.
Mm.
Not to as in beef or something. He said it's bone, and they asked you to throw it away. What you call a bone is you are still telling them that deals of flesh. Of flesh in it. So that way, if you just have to know that, okay, this is a dating matter, then you go on a date with a person, or you have to have, if it has to be platonic, let it be clearly said as platonic. If you want to date, you want to have an emotional attachment to yourself, let it be clearly defined that. Do not come undercover. Do not come and tell us that let's be friends, then we'll still be helping each other on the other side.
Mm.
You can't tell someone about that. I really do not think it's something that you should be. There should be a stop to that.
Mm. All right, thank you so much. Now, from everything you've said, I realize that you mentioned that it is possible for a male and a female to be friends as long as they define their friendship. And maybe if at the long run, especially the single ones, they've decided to find happiness in one another, they feel they could be husband and wife, they can go ahead. There's no problem as long as they are not looking elsewhere. Now, what would be your advice to people who actually have serious feeling for their friends, like maybe is that from the male or the female, especially the female, because as females and from African culture, if you like someone, you really cannot express your feelings to the person because of the culture where we belong. For anyone in that kind of shoe, what would you advise such a person to do?
I think the world is actually moving away from this African mentality, this mentality that it has to be the man, especially in Africa, that do this, that. If you like someone, either you're a man or a woman, there are diplomatic ways of letting people know that you like them. If you want to go African, you don't want to let the guy know your motive, or if you don't want to come out straight, you don't want to be blunt about it. There are ways you can go about it, and the man being not being childish, not being a teenager, also you will understand. And once you see, once the guy sees the green light, once the guy sees that, okay, she likes me, she wants me, he knows and you can have that closeness, call more, check on him more, and I really don't think as an African lady, because of the dignity that's attached to the man, the pride that's attached to the man, coming to you to ask you out and all that. I don't think you should, be the one to pop um, the poser, the thing. So you can just get close, get really attached to the person. You can, once you get close, you can be in a public place or whenever you guys are together, you can just make make some moves. I'm not talking about the deep emotional attachment now. But you can make some moves like picking the guy, checking what cream do you use now and all those kind of things. But coming out to say it may not really be okay for the lady. Then you really need to consider what happens tomorrow. What does the relationship get to birth tomorrow. So that kind of closeness will replace your coming out to say it. And if the guy is interested, it's only with time. The time will actually let you overcome that feelings that you have, for the guy, if he doesn't really make the move at the beginning. So, but if you want to go Western, you can after some time just tell the guy, I like you. I don't want to. So just come out, say it, and um, throw your ball in.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Daria Adedoto. It's been wonderful chatting with you, and thank you for this. At least being an African man, not being African, but you're able to hit the nail on the head. And believe you me, for people out there too, it's indeed, especially if you have friends and you have feelings for the person, there is nothing wrong in expressing yourself. Just don't push people away from the person or try to be angry with the people he's around with, especially the male partner. And try to also express yourself. Also, if you say you want to be a friend to someone, I think like Mr. Dari said, you need to define it. Don't hide under the umbrella of friendship while beneath is something else. Until next time, welcome your way again with another exciting guest. I remain Uluj. Okay, bye for now.